Let's bring on Stacy Winters, our good friend and the founder of Omaha Food Lovers. Good morning, Stacy. Welcome back.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Trenton. Great to be here. This is my favorite day of the quarter. I get to talk food with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I say we love
You're
it
in
too.
high demand. You hanging out with, you're rubbing elbows and tasting food with the likes of Guy Fieri.
Yeah, it's Fieri. You got to pronounce that right.
Fiat? Oh, my gosh.
Yeti. Well, now that you guys are friends and all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You call him G-Fed?
No, I do not.
So has Guy invited you to one of his mansions or anything like that?
Not yet. That'd be pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I was wondering why you're spiking your hair today.
So why was Guy in town?
He was opening up his restaurant over in Harrah's, and then he was filming some places here for Triple D, diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah,
Sorry.
for the non Omaha food lovers,
LOL.
hardcores.
Yeah, so we should see more of that hopefully later this year. We'll see where the places he checked out. I'm sure you can find online a few of those places, but it's not supposed to be public knowledge, but it is.
Not public knowledge unless you kind of snoop around a little bit.
Yeah, you have to snoop around for it. Yeah.
But it'll be fun when those shows come out, it'll be fun to watch which places he highlights. Yeah, and we'll talk about them and everything else. Well, we got a new best of Omaha Food Lovers Top 10 that came out.
Oh, yeah.
We have not actually published it yet. So we've gone through and done all of our best of the OFL polls, which we typically do kind of March, April, May timeline. I think we'll have about almost 100 different polls. But for this show, I wanted to kind of unveil. We put together our top 10. We will be putting together a shared Google Doc with all of this information in it. But we did put together a top 10 for this, and I'm going to unveil it now.
Well, let's get it started.
Yeah. So the top 10, again, I love the fact that none of them are actually chains, which is pretty cool. We had a tie for 9th, Shucks and Sauced by Alfaro in Papillion. Spezia came in at number 8.
They're always consistent.
Brazenhead, 7. Canara.
Isn't that Brazenhead?
Brazenhead? I don't know. Canara came in at 6. Mama's Pizza. Manja, which is a huge favorite of the group. Brother Sebastian's, an old school favorite.
Was there last night.
Porky Butts at 2. And the third year in a row, number 1, I'm sure you guys can guess, is
Block 16.
Block 16. Yeah, always the number 1 foodie destination in Omaha. I mean, if you go online, always the number one place.
So really? Obviously their food is good and they try new things and their social media campaigns are great.
Awesome.
But in addition to being a great place, it's at the edge of the community for most of Omahans, but that doesn't stop people from making the trek. It's kind of like Coneflower or something like
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
Which needs a West Omaha location.
Yeah.
And shorter lines. But what else do you contribute to Block 16 that allows them to stay consistent and at the top of the charts?
I think they just keep pushing the boundary a bit. Their daily specials, they allow, and I think one of the coolest things they do is they allow their chefs to kind of suggest items. It's kind of they'll go with the crazy items. They're not afraid to push the boundaries. So I think that makes them pretty unique. And like you said, the social media game and the stuff that they post is really intriguing to people. So I think that probably leads to a lot of it.
It's a pretty eclectic list.
It is, really.
I mean,
so we put together that favorite, and everybody's like, well, you gotta say what it's about. Well, we're just like, people ask you all the time, what's your favorite restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So that's what this list is. It's like, if you have a top 10 of like places you're going to go, like, what are they?
Well, yeah, people say, what's your favorite restaurant?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what day is it?
Yeah, exactly.
What cuisine are we talking about? What kind of mood am I in?
What's the weather? It is a really, really good list of different types of places in Omaha. So.
Now, Brazenhead, or Brazenhead as you call it, that one, I have not been there in a long time. Good place. I've always had good experiences there. That one, I almost forgot about it. I haven't been there in so long.
People love it for the fish and chips, but then they have a creamy onion soup. That is what everybody raves about. It's that creamy onion soup that gets everybody in there. I swear. Like, that's the biggest draw that I see from everybody.
I'm going to go get that.
Have you ever had the onion? Is it onion and leek soup at?
No, it's Normandy.
The Normandy onion soup at Brushy, which is unbelievable.
I have not.
Oh, it's amazing.
So, yeah, okay. So some of the radio people couldn't hear this, but Amy in the studio was answering to it, kind of helping. If you're wondering what that pause was, because they couldn't hear Amy's voice. Okay, so a couple other things interesting. I'm not surprised Sauced made it because it's amazing and everyone raved. I'm surprised it was as far down as 9th.
Well, it is new. I mean, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to give it a bit of time, but and it's very small. So, I mean, that's one of those places. Sauced is one of my probably suggestions I give out a lot because I love the fact that they share the patio with Twisted Vine too. So you can get the food at Sauced and go sit out on the patio at Twisted Vine and get your drinks from Twisted Vine. So it's a great evening out there. So and Shell is such a great. She's so friendly, so welcoming. It's a great place.
So before we go do our middle of the show news break, I do want to bring up one topic, and it's a little bit of a personal question, Stacy. But you
ever get that not so fresh feeling
as the guy who's in charge of Omaha Food Lovers, and you're basically the go-to guy, and people always want to know, well, what does Stacy eat? Where does Stacy go?
He eats everything.
What does Stacy go when no one's looking? So. In the Winters household, we recently had a high school graduation.
That is correct.
Congratulations to your son.
There.
Elkhorn North High School. So when Stacy Winters has a graduation party for his beloved son, what Omaha food vendors cater the party?
So we went with the food truck, which is a great option because there's no cleanup, but we did the Cheese Life, which was hugely popular. People raved about the food, and they were great to work with. So highly recommend, if you're looking for some sort of event like that. But you need to book them. We booked them probably 8 months in advance, 7 months in advance for this day.
There wasn't any question about him graduating.
Yeah. And so that's what we used for the main food. We did Dave's Cakes for cupcakes and a sheet cake. We did a variety of different types there, which were great. And they, even the leftovers were great like a week later. And then Sweet Magnolias, their cookies. You cannot beat their cookies. I mean, that was probably the one thing everybody raved about was the monster cookies and the malted Oreo cookies from Sweet Magnolias. Try those. You'll be amazed.
They're only a food truck? Sweet Magnolias?
No, they have two bakeries. Sweet Magnolias they have two bakeries.
They have by St. Cecilia's Cathedral and Millward Commons. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the final one was we did popcorn from Jock and Jill's. You can get crazy cheap popcorn, and they pre-bag it for you. So like the small bags of popcorn are literally 50 cents.
Everyone wants to get an invite to the Winters house.
I did have a lot of people going. We did not eat at the other grad parties because we knew the food here was going to be so good. So yeah, I did hear that from a few people. Yeah,
people are like, don't even know your son, but they're crashing.
They're showing up. Yeah, like I don't even know you, but enjoy.
Hey neighbor.
Hey neighbor, depending on how you define neighbor. So Stacy, we like to get an update. Where does the resident food expert go? Where have you been lately?
All right, so some places lately. Reese's Bakery is a brand new bakery that just opened up.
I'm excited. Where Cupcake Island was?
Yeah, 119th Pacific. Just opened up this week. I will say if you've never had what's called a Queen Amman, it's a pastry. If it's not in your top 5 Omaha pastries, it will be. Like if you've never had one, I guarantee this is going to make your list. It's that good. I had them in San Francisco, and I've been waiting to have a really good one here in Omaha for quite some time. And Itis is the owner. He was doing the baking out of his house. He moved here from Brooklyn to be closer to his family. So he had a bakery in Brooklyn before he opened here. And he was, I asked him when he was doing at-home stuff if he was going to do a Queen Amman. And he said, that's my plan. He goes, I just didn't know if Omaha was, kind of ready for something like that. And he's like, well, I'm glad to hear, that's something you're aware of. And so he had me test a couple of them late last year and give him feedback. And he took the feedback and he perfected them. I mean, they're crispy, flaky, got the caramelized sugar on them. It's so good. So that's one.
You've got serious street credit when food is around in Omaha.
It's good to be him, Trenton.
Yeah. So that's one that just opened this week. Another one which I thought was really cool because Reese's Bakery and Williamsburg Pizza, both based out of Brooklyn, opened on the same day, opened on the 30th. So Williamsburg Pizza just opened this week, and they're obviously, if you're in the group, you've seen it. I mean, it's
not a franchise.
It's very, very, very popular right now. Yeah, that is true. That was a misconception because one of the owners, Aaron McCann, is from Omaha, and so he came back and has worked with the local Jimmy John's franchisee.
One of the two.
Yeah, and so they, Aaron's still one of the owners of this location, this location here in Omaha. So it's still based on the same group out of Brooklyn that's operating this. So it's really, really good. I think they're obviously going through, like I've seen waits have been like 3 hours. So if you call in for a pizza at like 4 o'clock, you're not going to get it till like 7:30 or whatever. So plan accordingly. And I think they'll work out some of their kinks, but it's a really good pizza. Lyle's Pizzeria is another one, a sourdough crust. It's, I think somebody said we're going through the golden age of pizza, and it's been pretty cool to see. We have like the Lyle's Pizzeria with the sourdough crust. It's really, really good crust. It's located at 52nd and Leavenworth. And then we're going to soon have Moots Pizza. They've had a pizza truck, but they're going to open up in Countryside Village. And Dolomiti, I think is how you pronounce it, pizzeria, is opening up in Millward Commons. And
that's a lot
I wasn't familiar with that one.
Dolomiti, it's Tim Mades and Carlos Mendez. So kind of the Acarant, Hunger Block, if you remember España, same some of the folks that were involved with that. So
they have a good track record.
Yeah. Heavy Brewing, they're doing pizza too. That's kind of their, but it's a big place out in Gretna, which hugely popular out there. I've been out there a couple of times now for a birthday party, have a great party room. But if you're looking for a family-friendly brewery to go to, it's perfect. I mean, they have games, they have, everything out there, and it's just very open area. It's like a big industrial building, and they're doing brewing beer. They have cocktails on tap. So a really cool little place out there. One place I'm going to highlight, which I normally wouldn't, but it's been around Omaha forever, but is Biaggi's. I know it sounds crazy, but the reason I'm highlighting it is we had friends that their daughter has celiac, and so they wanted a place to come when they visited Omaha to go to. And I will say, their menu for if you have celiac or gluten intolerance, it's perfect for you because they have an entire gluten-free menu. They take the best precautions. So I just thought it was worth highlighting because they were stunned at how great it was for them.
Well, and that's interesting that a pasta place would have that.
They have gluten-free pasta, gluten-free bread. I mean, everything. And the way they handle it is very meticulous.
It's amazing what cauliflower can do these days.
One thing, another one, Tixteco. I think I think I've talked about this one before, but they didn't have alcohol the last time I talked about it. And now they do serve alcohol. You don't need alcohol.
Tastes even better.
Yeah. The mango margarita, though, if you go for one thing, go there, try the mango margarita. It was like National Margarita Day, and several people went after I recommended it, and they were like, it was the best margarita they'd had. So I'm not saying it's the best, but it's incredible. Poppin' Docks. So I know it's not Omaha, but if you want to like a little fun weekend road trip, go to Poppin' Docks up in Decatur, so just north of Tacoma, so about an hour north of here. It was super fun. My wife and I went there Monday, Memorial Day, we went up there and had a great afternoon, listened to live music, just a ton of fun. So it's, they serve the painkillers, their signature cocktail. So if you just want to have a good time with friends, I recommend it.
Where'd you go for National Donut Day yesterday?
I did not go anywhere for National Donut Day. I'm sorry.
What?
I probably would have gone to Square Donut if you give me the choice.
I do like Square Donut. I like Lamar's. I like Winchell's. Hey, I like donuts. Yeah, I don't discriminate with donuts.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.